When you were just so over being sick, alone and isolated and just wanted to give up and couldn't cope mentally any longer, how did you get through that?
I had this tool. I'm still using it. I could use it even more often, but I had this tool when I was really in that dark place, when I really thought like there's no use, all this is hopeless. I took my journal out and I just wrote all my anxiety and all my sadness out on the paper, like really every word. And then I turned the page and I started with writing, "Dear Jessica, breathe." I always started like that, "Dear Jessica, breathe." And then I kind of just clicked into like a wiser part of me. And I just wrote like support. And it felt like it was a support from like a true place in me. It wasn't just mechanically, yeah, but this will all pass. It wasn't mechanically, it was really something organic that happened. So just first write it out, just empty, put words to it, turn the page, "Dear Jessica, breathe, relax." And then just words of support to myself. That helped when it was really dark.
I cried a lot. I am a very smiley, positive person. And I think that was very important for me to, do that kind of self-cheerleading and remind myself very rationally, like that even if I felt like I was alone and isolated and this was never going to end, that I had all this rational proof that it wouldn't. But at the same time, as I think that kind of positive cheerleading for me was super important, I did also cry pretty much every day for like years. But not all day, every day, but like probably once or twice a day, and then I would feel it all. And then I had felt it, and then I could feel better again. And I think for me, that was a really big one. And also be able to learn how to cry in front of people in my life. So not just like have to hide it and be like, oh yeah, but recovery's going great, and it's all good, and I'm making progress, and then secretly go cry. I would cry on the phone to my friends or my parents, like with my partner, because I think that was also for me very important to be, I don't have to hide the fact that this is hard, because it was hard. So I think that, and then just journaling, I do the same thing and it's so good. I also think what helped was noticing that it was the same things that came up again and again, right? When I did the journaling of feeling all the things, every time it was like, I'm never going to get better, or like, I'm alone, or like my friends are going to leave me, whatever it was. But it would kind of go on repeat. I would eventually notice. And then I'd be like, okay, hang on. I've worried and been sad and upset about the same things for like years, but they have never happened. And then you can write back to yourself in a supportive way. So I just think that's so important, to feel it too, to not pretend that you have to, like kind of what Jessica was saying at the beginning, like not managing recovery perfectly, also emotionally, right? To constantly be upbeat about it.
So for me, I think what I learned to do, which helped, was to allow myself to feel what I needed to feel, instead of sort of, kind of distracting with outward stuff. So I would perhaps, allow myself more restorative time. So that might be sort of journaling or meditation, or, some really restorative kind of yoga. But none of this was like, never massive stuff, maybe 10 minutes here or 10 minutes there. So I just would do kind of like little bits and often, and it was kind of a way of sort of like loving myself and allowing myself to sort of heal, sort of like an inward hug, if you like.
Love that. Love that. It's the working in again, it's that working in versus working out thing. And
that was massive for me, actually, that whole idea that what you put out, you need to put back in, because of course that was what I never did. And what I've learned is that actually them watching me love myself and look after myself is far more valuable